5 picks. We're 2-3 on the week. We'll get to DeMonte's teaser in a moment. What's the first one, DeMonte?
All right, so the first one, we've got Cincinnati -3 versus Baltimore.
Yep. Love this. I love this spot for the reasons I just explained before. I was not impressed by Baltimore's passing game in week 1. The injuries are mounting for the Ravens. I don't have to lay more than 3, so I'm just laying a field goal. For Cincinnati at home, they're better than Baltimore. I'm only laying 3 points. The Sharps agree with me. 44% of the tickets, but 72% of the money so far is on Cincinnati. Now, what's not good is Joe Burrow's 2-5 against the spread in weeks 1 and 2 in his career, and Harbaugh is 21-10 against the spread, in his career, which is the best in the NFL. But I like Cincinnati in this spot. I think they get to 1-1. I think as bad as Cincinnati looked in week 1, they're not going to look that bad again. And oddly, Cleveland has owned Joe Burrow in his career. Baltimore has not. I like Cincinnati in this spot.
Yeah. All right. Well,
next one. We can go to the next pick.
We've got Pittsburgh +2.5 versus Cleveland.
All right. Here's the deal. Just because Pittsburgh +2.5 ruined me in week 1 does not believe I'm going to throw away everything that I saw in the preseason and in the offseason. And week 2, far too often there are overreactions. Stick with what you believed going into the year if you had a strong conviction. I had a strong conviction about the Steelers, and Cleveland has won in Pittsburgh once in the last 20 years. That's noteworthy. Kevin Stefanski, not a good coach. Mike Tomlin, an awesome coach. That's a good thing for me. Kevin Stefanski against the spread in the AFC North, 6-13. Tomlin, as we said last week, as a home dog, is one of the best bets in football. He's going to all of a sudden lose back-to-back games as a home dog? I don't buy it. Pittsburgh has won. I did not know this. Pittsburgh's won their last 20 home Monday Night Football games. That's insane. So Tomlin has never lost a home Monday Night Football game. And so for all those reasons, and because I did not think Deshaun Watson looked good at all in week 1. And the Browns lost their right tackle, Jack Conklin, for the season, so they're going to have their rookie out there. All those reasons, I like Pittsburgh in this spot. Are you convinced, DeMonte, that Pittsburgh stinks, or do you think that was more of an aberration game?
I'm not totally sure if I'm convinced Pittsburgh stinks, but I am not convinced on that bet. I wouldn't take them at +2.5 versus Cleveland.
All right, so you don't like either of my first 2 bets? You don't like Cincinnati -3 or Pittsburgh +2.5?
No, the Cincinnati one I like more than this one. But
okay, well, I feel great. I feel even better. I'm glad we're on the opposite side. I don't know if you got your finger on the pulse of the league just yet. I feel like you're going more heart than head. I like that we're on the opposite side. Next.
All right, next we've got
you're going to like this one, I bet, though.
Yeah, we got Giants -6 at Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm laying a big number with a team that just got 40-0 in week 1. I feel fine about it. The Cardinals are going to be terrible. That Giants defense has to be furious. It never really got a chance to get off the ground in week 1. Brian Daboll, mortified about what happened against the Cowboys. The Giants is not an exaggeration. The Giants' season is over if they lose this game. If you lose 40-0 on national TV to start the year, and then you lose to a team everyone believes is tanking with Josh Dobbs playing quarterback, your season's over. So the Giants have to win this spot. I'm laying less than a touchdown. Daniel Jones has to bounce back, going from being up against maybe the best defense in football to one of the 5 worst defenses in football. It's going to feel to them like they're playing a different sport entirely. Now, here's what's not good. This is a very square bet. 90% of the money is on the Giants as a road favorite. Also, I'm not getting a great number. It opened at 4.5. It's now 6. Where I feel better about that is, as Demonze, knows, 5, 5.5, not exactly key numbers. So yes, I am not getting great line value here, but it's not going across any of the key numbers. And Daniel Jones, 18-5 against the spread in his career, or after his last 23 straight up losses. I think the Giants are going to be a very popular survivor pick play. I like them to win. I like them to win something like 24-10. I like the Giants in this spot. Next.
All right, next we got Tampa Bay -2.5 versus Chicago.
Yeah. All right, this is a square bet. I'm telling you that right now. Everyone likes the Bucs here. And I went back and forth on it. I think, and it was not reassuring, I'll be honest, when we saw that Baker, I thought it was good job by Baker deciphering the Vikings signals, but it was not reassuring moving forward, because if the only reason he had success was because he figured out what plays they were running, that's concerning. The flip side is this. The Bears might just be a disaster. They and I don't know how much they're going to change course after 1 week. They did not, I think they called one designed run for Justin Fields that entire game. My pal Danny Parkins, who does afternoons on the Score in Chicago, really laid into him fairly that they are trying to change the player Justin Fields is. DJ Moore, who was one of the big pieces they got in the trade for the number 1 pick, he only had 2 targets the entire game. They weren't letting Justin Fields throw the ball down the field. So all these reasons, and Tampa is at home with a good defense, a healthy team, good weapons, feeling good, and I'm laying less than a field goal. I like the Bucs here. I also understand that this is going to be a very public bet, and I feel nervous about it. But it is what it is. And now, a play that Demonze is going to think I'm absolutely insane on, and I think the line is actually even getting better. Give me the next one, Demonze.
All right, next one you got the Rams at +7. Rams +7.5 versus San Fran.
And that
8
line
in the
is
contest,
climbing.
but you're now getting 8.5.
8, yeah. So here's the deal: divisional road favorites laying 7 or more points, like San Francisco is, early in the year like this, week 2 in the last 20 years, 0-5 against the spread. This is the reason that there are a lot of reasons people are going to be on the Niners, okay? People are going to be on the Niners because Shanahan traditionally has owned McVay. He's 10-6 against the spread against McVay. Brock Purdy obviously has been a covering machine. The Niners looked perfect in week 1. I understand all of those things. The Rams, everyone thought they were dead on arrival this year. They looked really good against a Seattle team that I think is good. I think the Rams eventually might be dead on arrival, but right now they think we're alive. And I don't think at home they're going to get blown out by the Niners. I also think that it is going to be almost impossible for Brock Purdy to play as well as he did last week. 8.5 is way too many points when the other team has the better quarterback, when the other team has Aaron Donald that is looking, not like peak Aaron Donald, but damn good. I do not think the Rams are going to win. I don't even necessarily think this is going to be a game that's going to be in a lot of doubt in the second half. But 7.5 and now 8.5 points is just too many points. I am taking the Rams plus 8.5 against San Francisco. Obviously, DeMonte, you think San Francisco's going to win. Do you like this pick at all because of the points I'm getting?
I do like the pick.
Wow.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot, actually.
Wow. That is shocking to me, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it more than my picks, but yeah, I think.
Oh.
I think that the Rams did play well last week, and I think Brock Purdy's good, but I don't think that they're going to come out there and blow the Rams out. If it were in San Francisco, I'd have like a totally different.
It's a difference.
Outlook
and
on
the
it.
line, it looks like if it was in San Francisco, line would be like 13. Like, it's just too many points for an early season road divisional game. So here are go ahead, I'm sorry.
The one thing I don't like about this pick is you don't have the Chiefs in here. And they're going and they're playing the Jags. They're coming back from being embarrassed by getting beaten by the Lions. I feel like you of all people would hammer the Chiefs in this scenario.
So here's the thing. If you were going to bet the Chiefs, you needed to do it earlier in the week. The Chiefs were -2. They're now -3.5. That is a huge 1.5 difference. The fact that it crossed over the 3, and now if the Chiefs win, if the Chiefs are up 10, like the playoff game was, they're up 10, and then the Jags, I think the playoff game, maybe the Jags got a late field goal. Doesn't matter. But the backdoor cover is just so alive when you're laying 3.5, and it would just be such a square bet where you could have gotten the Chiefs at -2 or 2.5, and now to lay the 3.5, I just can't do it. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.